All right, what is up, everybody? We are live. Let's jump right into the paint preview as we preview the Sonoma race, or the SVG Invitational in California, as I'm going to call it here today, because he's got to be the odds-on favorite. But we'll get to all that in just a minute. Ross Chastain going to be driving the orange of the Kubota tractors, KubotaUSA.com on the side of that race car. Bright orange, good-looking car. Don't see it often enough, but of course, obviously always a good paint scheme. Number 2, the Discount Tire Ford Mustang Dark Horse for Austin. Cindric Winchester, the American legend, along with Bass Pro Shops, going to be on the side there for the number 3 of Austin Dillon, a familiar one. Long John Silver is going to be riding along with Noah Gragson today, already at number 1 as far as paint schemes go so far. HendrickCars.com on the side there for Kyle Larson. Nothing new there. Castrol going to be on the side for Brad Keselowski. We'll bump him into number 2 for now. Nations Guard going to be on the side there for 1. Justin Haley on the 7 machine. Zone and Kyle Busch riding strong today. Napa going with the white car here for Sonoma. Chase Elliott will appreciate that for the heat savings alone, I am sure. But the white car is a good-looking car there for the Napa number 9, but we've seen it a few times now. Seabest once again on the side there for Ty Dillon. Can he continue his upset streak in the bracket challenge that everybody has at the forefront in their mind? It is literally the only reason we're watching this race today. No doubt in my mind about that. AM/PM and Sport Clips haircuts are going to be on the side of James Dennis Allen Hamlin's Toyota Camry. It is purple. It is black. It looks like a FedEx car. So for that, we'll give him 2 thumbs up. We'll put him in at number 3 for now. Menards, number 12, Ryan Blaney. We've seen that one about a million times before. Delta going to be on the front or on the hood. And here we've got an interesting scheme for AJ Allmendinger. I would put it in the top 5. However, they had a really creepy AI-generated commercial on Instagram, and it was so disturbing and creepy that I'm not even going to put this car in the top 5 of paint schemes. But big sips, 16% alcohol by volume. Get twisted, my friends. Drink responsibly. On the side there for AJ Allmendinger in the bright neon green and black machine. BuildSubmarines.com are going to be on the side there for Chris Buescher. So we will see what he can do with that one, but we've seen this one a few times before. A little bit of a deviation from normal, but still looks pretty close to all the other Build Submarines paint schemes, I should say. Tracker, Bass Pro Shops, ATVs and boats. Going to be on the side there for Chase Briscoe, so nothing new there. Ream on the side here this week for Christopher Bell. Eero going to be the 21 for Josh Berry, so different from the normal Wood Brothers look. A midnight blue. We've seen it a few times before. Auto Trader on the side for Joey Logano today. So he's going with the Auto Trader scheme, the blue and the orange, familiar colors, but you don't see them as often, of course, as you do the Pennzoil. 23 Xfinity Mobile. Bubba Wallace going to be as fast as Xfinity Mobile here today. Let's see. 24 Valvoline, different, a little bit of a different scheme here for William Byron, but we've seen those one a few times as well too. For the Valvoline machine, Loves on the side there for Todd Gilliland. 35 is Monster. Michael Roberts Construction going to be on the side there for Zane Smith. It is gold, it is orangish red, and it is black. So good looking car there. We'll slot him into the top 5 as well. I don't know what's going on with John Hunter Nemechek's, but they've got some random bluish purple in the middle of it. But other than that, it's black and white and it's mobile. Probably the weakest mobile offering I think I've ever seen. Dollar Tree re-upped with this week with Legacy at Motorsports. And they're going to be on the side of Eric Jones, number 43 Camry as well. Chumba Casinos, the GOAT of all paint schemes right there. We'll go ahead and put them at number 1 on the paint scheme list. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. On the 45 there for Young, Tyler Reddick. American Beer, Hulk Hogan's Beer Company, 200% American. On the side of Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s number 47 for Hayek Motorsports. 48 Ally, Do It Right for Alex Bowman. And the 51 Mighty Firebreaker are going to be on the side there for Cody Ware. Hopefully he doesn't hit the wall as hard as he did earlier. 54 going to be Saya LTL Freight there, established in 1924 on the side for Ty Gibbs, who looks like he's got a legitimate shot here at this one here today. Bodyguard going to be on the side of Ryan Priest, the orange with the chrome orange number, black on the rest of the scheme. 71 Gainbridge, and then 77 Delaware Life, and 88 the Red Bull car this weekend for SVG. Can he put the Red Bull car in Victory Lane? That will be the question. And 99 is going to be freeway.com for Daniel Suarez. That's what they look like. Where did they qualify? And on the pole, to no one's surprise, is going to be SVG in that 88 Red Bull machine. Chase Briscoe rolls off in the second position. William Byron, third. Ross Chastain is fourth. 5 through 6 is going to be AJ Allmendinger and Ty Gibbs. So already off jump, those guys right there are going to be the ones I think that are going to give the most trouble to Shane Van Gisbergen on this particular day. Ryan Blaney starting off in the 7th position, Tyler Reddick 9th, Tyler Reddick 8th, Alex Bowman 9th, Christopher Bell 10th. 11 through 15 is going to be Kyle Larson, Zane Smith, Chase Elliott, Chris Buescher, and Michael McDowell there in the 15th position. So we know he's a road course ace, but he's going to have his work cut out for him today to get to the front of this field. 16th position is going to be Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch going to be in the 17th position. John Hunter Nemechek 18th. Daniel Suarez and Ryan Preece here in 20th. Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Carson Hocevar, Austin Cindric, Josh Berry are going to be your top 25. And then 26 through 37 is going to be Ty Dillon, Cole Custer, Riley Herbst, Justin Haley, Bubba Wallace, Eric Jones, Noah Gragson, Austin Dillon, Rick Stenhouse Jr. III, or Todd Gilliland, Cody Ware, and Catherine Legg, who didn't take a lap, but she is in anyway because there just wasn't enough cars to bump anybody out this particular weekend, unlike the Chicago race. Elf Cosmetics on the side there for Catherine Legg. All right. That's where they qualified. Let's take a look at driver averages. And average finish is going to go to Chris Buescher in the last 3 races since February of 2022 with an average finish of 3.0 in those 3 races. Michael McDowell has an average finish of 4.0 in the 3 races, 5.7 for Chase Elliott, 7.3 for Ross Chastain. Kyle Larson is at 8.0, 10.3 for AJ Allmendinger, 12.3 for Daniel Suarez, who might surprise a few people there. And then Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Kyle Busch are going to sort of round out the rest of your top 10 there. So there is your best average finishers. Let's look at who has the most top 10s, and that's going to be 4 people have 3 apiece. That's going to be Chris Buescher, Michael McDowell, Chase Elliott, and Ross Chastain. So if you're looking for consistency, Buescher, McDowell, Elliott, and Chastain, I go ahead and slide those guys into your fantasy lineup. How about laps led? That's going to be 52 for Martin Truex Jr., who's not in this race, but just below him is actually going to be Daniel Suarez, a previous winner. We'll talk about the previous winners here in just a second, too. 45 for Kyle Larson, 36 for Chris Buescher, 36 also for Chase Elliott, 35 Tyler Reddick, 33 James Dennis Allen Hamlin, 20 for Joey Logano, and 18 for Kyle Busch. Nobody else has 10 or more laps led at this track. Let's go to previous winners here in the last 3 races, and you got Kyle Larson, Daniel Suarez, and Martin Truex Jr., and you see, of course, that Chase Briscoe qualified well in that number 19, so that bodes well for him as long as he can keep it on the racetrack. Let's see how driver averages rated them with all of those statistics taken into effect. And Chris Buescher, according to driveraverages.com, is going to be statistically your number 1 pick here. Michael McDowell, Kyle Larson, and Chase Elliott are going to be your top 4. Ross Chastain and then Daniel Suarez would be 5 and 6. AJ Allmendinger would be 7. And then you got Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, and Ryan Blaney. So there you go. If you're going by driver averages, that would be your picks. Of course, I'm going to pick SVG until it looks like, somebody can catch up to him, which they did in the Xfinity Series. So we'll see if somebody on the Cup Series side of things can step up and do what Zilly did in the Xfinity Series yesterday. Great drive from Zilich, by the way, as well. Backing up his comments that he wants to beat him, and they race clean, good hard racing. But yeah, SVG going to be the overall pick. Wild card pick, I'm going to go with once again Ty Gibbs and Rowdy Busch. So those are going to be my 2 wild card picks for that. But also don't sleep on Michael McDowell or Daniel Suarez or Kyle Larson at this particular track. A little bit of a home track here for Kyle Larson, so he kind of does better here than normal road courses. And at some point, Chase Elliott is going to break through and win a road course in this new configuration of a car. All right, let's jump into the comments and see what you guys want to talk about. Jamie Swartz is saying, I watched Keelan Harvick beat his dad yesterday at the Hickory Motor Speedway. 4th place finish for Daddy Harvick. Heard scuttlebutt that Harvick may want to buy the racetracks. There you go. Maybe Kevin Harvick expands and buys Hickory. He already owns Kern County Speedway in California. So maybe he expands his roster of racetracks. I voted for Gibbs after that great showing from the last race. They might as well give him his first dub here, says FIA 390. So I'm with you. I think at some point, Ty Gibbs is going to be a guy that breaks through and gets a win, and he's really good at road courses. So it wouldn't surprise me if a road course is where he gets it done, particularly here today at Sonoma. He has a very good chance. I thought of Gibbs, but voted for Chase Elliott. Oh, we do have a poll question. Best chance to win, not named Shane, AJ Allmendinger, Michael McDowell, Ty Gibbs, or Chase Elliott. Right now, 34% going with Tyler Gibbs there. Let's see. Who else looked good in qualifying, those, says FIA. So there you go. FIA pointing out Ty Gibbs looking good in qualifying as well. Not to mention the Toyotas just altogether looked pretty good in qualifying, if I remember correctly here. Golden State International, Sears Point International, Sears Point, Infineon, or Sonoma, whatever you called it in the past. I refer to it as SVG Point Speedway at this point, says Jamie Schweitzer. So there you go. Let's see. The last active Cup driver to win the 1.9 mile configuration last used in 2019 was Kyle Busch, folks. So there you go. Kyle Busch, the last active driver to win on that configuration that we're racing on today. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do for it. Good afternoon, PC Gone Rogue. Glad to see you on here. Hope you're doing good. I'm here, morning from sunny California. What's up, One Wise Guy? Hope everything's going good your way. I don't know if you made it out to the racetrack or if you're just hanging out in California, but either way, hope you're having a good one up there, which, yeah, technically, I guess it is still the morning for you. You got one more hour of morning before it's lunchtime. Let's see. Good afternoon, BB and everyone. What's up, Thunder? Good to see you on here, my friend. Sponsors avoiding Larson, says FIA. I don't think so. I don't think they're avoiding him at this point at all. Maybe earlier on after the incident, but I don't think at this point. Just to let you know, there's a lot of crackling in the volume. Not a whole lot I can do about that. That seems to be a YouTube issue. So I promise I've done everything I can do about the audio. Let's see. Catherine Legg should be a big story for this race. I'm all for an SVG. Legg doing well would be good for NASCAR and racing in general, says Terry Gavin. He did pretty good, or she did pretty good last race. I think she got the first top 20 for a driver since Danica. Who's your dark horse today, says One Wise Guy. I'm going to go with, Ty Gibbs is going to be one dark horse, but I feel like enough people know about him and they're talking about him. I think it's probably the darkest of dark horses would probably have to be Daniel Suarez. I don't think a lot of people are going to be mentioning him today, especially with him exiting Trackhouse. So he could be one today that could slide in there and get another victory. Ken Zilich versus SVG be the new Rudd versus Wallace on the road course rivalry. Can't wait for Watkins Glen. And there would be another layer to it. Good call, Bruce Garvey. There would be another layer to it, too, because they're teammates. So that would be a really interesting thing to have happen. Ty Gibbs is overdue, says Waltrip Flair. Yeah, Ty Gibbs definitely overdue. At some point, I do think he is going to break through. Not only that, but they've got all hands on deck. He's getting as much help as he can get. They're trying to get that car locked into the playoffs like his other Joe Gibbs teammates. So wouldn't be shocked to see him pull out the upset over SVG today. The SVG Invitational. As a local, it's always going to be Sears Point, says One Wise Guy. Let's freaking go. I still call it Sears Point too, Wise Guy, for sure. Just like Laguna Seca, I never called it Mazda Speedway or whatever it's called now. I always just called it Laguna Seca. Let's freaking go, BB. Race day, baby, says Russell Dominguez. Indeed, it is race day, and let's go. I'm hanging out today. It's too hot. Yeah, so it's a hot one. I think it's a hot one all across the West, if I'm not mistaken. It's hot here in the South. Maybe the entire United States is having a heat wave, for sure. Let's see. Earth 2, Catherine Legg wins today, says Jamie Schweitzer. Hey, there you go. Catherine Legg going with the win. Who gets the win on Earth 2? I don't know. I feel like she'll actually finish the race. So who would get the win on Earth 2? I'm going to go with Ricky Stenhouse wins on Earth 2. He qualified poorly. He doesn't like road courses. He's not real good here. I'm going to go Ricky Stenhouse, Earth 2 win, and further hurts himself in the points. Let's see. Working today, going to miss the race. Counting on your post-race show to fill me in, says Robert Stone. All right, we'll see what we can do here. Always been Sonoma. Looks like a great area, says Brickyard Brickhead. Indeed. Expectations for today? I just hope it's a good race. I think the hot weather is going to cause some of these cars to have slipperier tires than they normally would. So I think the tire wear is going to be an issue, and just the hot surface is going to make it looser than normal. So I think it'll be a good race, and it's just whoever can maintain and manage their tires today. I think that's going to be the show. Is this Earth 1 or the actual Earth 0, says FIA? That's a good question. There's Earth 0, 1, and 2, so there's actually three worlds as far as this goes, according to FIA at least. Leg gets a huge upset win. Everyone loses their minds, says Shah. So Shah saying Leg gets the upset win. Agreed, it's going to be slick, says one wise guy. Yeah, I think tire management is definitely going to be the bigger situation out of the deal today. Bruce Garvey saying, does NASCAR pull 2311's charters this week? So yeah, I didn't get a chance to get to that. Had a few things happen at the house. Had a tree basically fall on the house, and then the day before that I didn't have internet because of the storms, so I haven't, I guess, had a chance to really address that. It's a pre-trial motion, first off, so it's really not that big of a deal one way or the other. I think if NASCAR pulls the charters and doesn't pay them like they are a charter team, I do, because 2311 for this season has already kind of planned for that. For this season, I don't think it's a big deal. And whatever happens in the trial, that's sort of going to be how it plays out, because I think or settlement, however it works out. But either way, I think 2311, either way, is going to end up keeping the charters, and whether it's a settled in court or whether it is settled just as actual settlement itself, I think 2311 is still going to keep the charters, and it'll all work out that way. I don't think they're going to lose the charters. I don't think they're going to be forced to sell them no matter what happens one way or the other. So it just might cost them more to run this year than it would any other year. And if you looked at what Bob Pockrass said, if I'm remembering, I think it was a Bob Pockrass tweets, they'll be making 1/3 of what the other race teams make when NASCAR pulls the charters for this season. And for this particular season, NASCAR probably will pull the charters just until and hold them. They won't like sell them or do anything else with them, because even if they take them away, I think they would still have to find a way to compensate 2311 for those charters. So it's going to be an interesting situation how it all plays out. But at the end of the day, no matter what happens at the end of it, I do think 2311 will own those charters, and whatever arrangement or agreement is worked out, even if it has to go all the way through court. Let's see. Ty D's chances, says Brickyard Brickhead. Ty Dillon's chances of advancing in the playoffs, he's had the golden horseshoe so far. But Ty Dillon's chances of winning this race, I don't know. He's a pretty good road course racer. But they're going to have to be on point with the strategy. I didn't love their strategy at Chicago. So although AJ Allmendinger was able to make it work, I didn't necessarily love their strategy for Ty Dillon, I should say. But he has had some speed. I don't know about his chances for winning the race, but the chance for advancing in the bracket thing or whatever it's called, he hasn't even been beating them. He's just been letting them beat themselves. So Ty Dillon, does he advance today? That's a real question. Yeah. He's got the hot hand, so might as well ride with him, right? Yeah, Ty Dillon advances once again in the bracket challenge. 24 going to rebound with a W today, says say Kyle. Yeah, so at least he'll be able to make some laps without a completely wounded car. So I think he's gonna pad that points lead right back up. I can't believe he's going. He's known for summertime slumps, right? I don't have to tell you this, but he's having one at the worst period of time, because I thought he had the regular season basically cinched up, and then he had a bad 3 or 4 race streak here. So he's gonna start stacking up the points again here today. I'm with you. I think he's out of the slump today. Was the setup causing the tire issue yesterday, says one wise guy? I would say the setup and probably the heat. So they'll probably, and whatever it was, they'll have it adjusted for today. Whether it's tire pressures or they just take a little camber out, whatever was causing the tire issues, I think they'll have it fixed by today for sure. BB, will there be a new winner today? If so, Busch, Gibbs, Preece, or Bubba? Of those 3 selections, I'm going to say Busch or Gibbs, because those are my 2 dark horses. Although Ryan Preece is interesting. Who knew he was such a good road course racer? But he's proved himself to have that ability for sure. But of the 2, I'm going to go with either Busch or Gibbs. It feels like a good weekend for Gibbs, says FIA. Yeah, I agree. Kyle freaking Busch definitely is overdue, and he had speed in the Slurpee car, just didn't have necessarily the greatest strategy. I don't know if he had race winning speed, but he had pretty good speed for sure at Chicago. So hopefully they'll have the good speed here today as well. But Ty Gibbs definitely overdue. I like the odds for both of those. If SVG of course has to be your favorite. I'd like to point that out. A tree, I hope you got it sorted out and everything is okay. Yeah, I'll put some pictures in the Discord. It's all good. It's gone now. There's the merch link. What's up, Cassandra? Good to see you, as always, from North Idaho. And one wise guy saying, what's up to Cassandra? Did Dick Trickle ever run Sonoma? I think so, because he won Rookie of the Year, right? Whatever year he won Rookie of the Year, he would have had to have run Sonoma. So, yeah, I'm going to say Dick Trickle did run Sonoma. Although back then, Rookie of the Year was a different deal. You only took the 16 races or whatever. What's up, BB? What is your perfect number of RC races for the season? Currently, we have 6. There are rumors of 7 next year, but I think 7 is over the top. I prefer 4 or 5, but 6 is fine. Yeah, I think I don't know. Was it E-Step or was it Brake Hard? I didn't watch the video. I just saw the thumbnail. But one of them, I saw one of them had a video about it, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. But yeah, I think the number, because you don't want too many of any track, really. So I think we're good at the number of road courses we've got now. I think it's a good number. And then just introduce some more different types of tracks that aren't necessarily road courses. 13 more Poconos, for the love of God. That's what we need. Not a nice topic, but the bettors make more money from SVG not winning, right? Says FI. Oh, yeah, for sure. No doubt about that. What's up, T-Van? Good to see you on here. And yeah, could they possibly influence it somehow? Who was it Bobby Allison or was it Cale Yarborough? So in the and the Brock Beard just did a series on the 1984 season, but it was either, and in that somewhere, I don't know if it was during that season or if they were talking about the season before. In that documentary, it was part 1 of his documentary that I was watching when this was brought up. It was either Cale Yarborough or Bobby Allison said that there was a sniper up there that shot out one of their tires. So do the DraftKings addicts, do one of them have a sniper that takes out a tire, like allegedly Bobby Allison or Cale Yarborough claimed that it was done back in the day? Do they do that to SVG for the Vegas numbers? That would be something. Would it not? Let's see. What's up, BB and everyone? What's up, T-Van? And put the tinfoil hat on. Let's get full conspiracy theory on that one. Trickle ran at Sonoma, says one wise guy. How about Briscoe's chances for today, says Bruce Garvey. Briscoe, he's got a good car. Martin Truex's numbers here were really good. He's qualified well, so I wouldn't sleep on Briscoe either. I'm just thinking if a Toyota wins, it's probably going to be Ty Gibbs because they got all hands on deck with him. I think he is a better road course racer than Briscoe, hands down. So let's see. But let's, since we got a little time here, let's look at how many races Dick Trickle ran. At Sonoma here, pull up the old tried and true Wikipedia. I don't know. They don't have it organized really well. Oh well, we tried. Effort was put in, but it's too hard now. Let's see. I'll look it up, and we'll talk about it at some other point. Let's see. I'm going with Dinger for the win, says T Vance. There you go. Shaw saying Dick Trickle, those parents had a mean sense of humor, says Shaw. I'm going with Dinger for the win, says T Vance. Yeah, Dinger wouldn't be a bad one to pick either. He's definitely a road course specialist as well. It was Bobby, says Stephen D'Amelio Jr. So there you go. It was Bobby Allison that said a sniper took out his tire at one of the road courses. I think it was Watkins Glen was the road course he was talking about, but I could be wrong about that. If Ty gets to the final round, or maybe it was Riverside. If Ty gets to the final round, will Austin take out his opponent? LOL, says Bruce Garvey. Hey, you might as well. Teamwork makes the dream work. The brotherhood. Let's see. Trickle started 40th and finished 30th in 89. Says one wise guy. So there you go. He was plus 10 on his positions from start. I'm guessing last time a Petty car won was with Richard Petty. Says Jamie Schweitzer. Oh, I'm going to say, did Marcus Ambrose ever win Sonoma in the Petty car? Marcos Ambrose. Learn how to spell. Let's see. Sprint Cup Series. Sonoma. Nope, he never got the Sonoma win. The best he did in a petty car was 5th, so he got a 5th place in a petty car. He did finish 3rd for JTG Doherty though at Sonoma. So there you go. I don't know. I think you could be right. I'll have to go and look up those numbers. Eric Jones or because that's the head-to-head, right? Eric Jones or John Hunter Nemechek. That's the head-to-head with Legacy here today as well. Let's see. Derek Hope's brother, shout out Dale Senior's Tire at Daytona, says Robert Stone. There you go. Full-on conspiracy is all on. I don't know if you can hear that, but the rain is definitely popping off right now. Go Chase, go. Go Chase and Chase. I'm sorry. Go Chase and Chase, says Cassandra. Racing Reference on Google, says one wise guy. Dan Gurney, yeah, I definitely should have pulled that one up. Dan Gurney is the Cup Road Ace, says Dan Spivey. Indeed, that's who Richard Petty eventually had to end up beating. I think he was the first guy to unthrone the ringers back in the day, if I'm remembering correctly. At Riverside, I want to say. Marcos ran out of gas at Sonoma, leading, says Mike Spivey. That's what I was thinking about. So I was thinking he won a race, but he actually ran out of gas. So that's probably what I was thinking about. Good call there, Mike. Better memory than me. I appreciate you, my friend. Is Ty Gibbs only good on road courses? Because he's from a sim racing generation. If so, why is his performance on most ovals lacking, says FIA? I think he's actually done pretty good on a lot of ovals. It just depends. It's so hit or miss. I think with the intermediates now, it's all set up. You either hit the setup or you miss it. I think the short tracks, you still have to put in a lot of skill and patience and stuff like that. So I think probably his strong points are going to be short tracks and particularly Martinsville and road courses right now for Ty Gibbs, and he'll put the rest of it together at a later point. That Ambrose no gas was just depressing, says Shah. I'm sure. I'm calling Kyle Busch to win of all things, and it will be because of strategy, says Jamie Schweitzer. So there you go. He's saying they're going to go off strategy and get it done. 2022 was the last time the number 43 won with Eric Jones. Before that, it was 99 with Bobby Hamilton, says PC Gone Rogue. Yeah, you're right about that. But I think he was talking about at a road course, if I'm not mistaken. So, yes, I'm trying to remember the last time a 43 car won at a road course. Maybe John Andretti. That's one I would really have to just dig deep and look into. Or at Sonoma. I think maybe Sonoma specifically. Trickle at 7 races at Sonoma started 22 to 40, finishes 20 through 39. So there you go. Brickyard Brickhead on top of it. Appreciate you, my friend. 7 races for Richard there at Sonoma. So there you go. I didn't know it was that many. So I appreciate you, man. Good looking out, Brickyard. And his best finish was a 20th. So there you go. He did get all the way up to 20th place, and not in the greatest equipment. He never had the greatest equipment in the Cup Series. So that's one thing I always want to remember. But he was Rookie of the Year in the number 84 Miller High Life car for Bobby Allison Racing. So there you go. All right. Final results of the poll question. Michael McDowell at 31%. Next on the list is going to be 26% for AJ Allmendinger, 24% for Ty Gibbs, and Chase Elliott at 19%. So for the first time in recorded human history, Chase Elliott has finished last on a poll. Let that sink in. Hope your driver does well on the race, and until we meet again, peace.